A surprise announcement on Thursday as Governor Greg Abbott unveiled a new initiative through the Texas Department of Public Safety designed to mitigate border entries, a wall of buoys.
We're securing the border at the border. What these buoys will allow us to do is to prevent people from even getting to the border.
Like, can you swim under those?
Yes, you can or you can't. There's also webbing that'll go down and anchor us to the bottom.
But constitutionally, the state is limited in what it can do. Supreme Court precedent puts border security in the hands of the federal, not the state government. But citing as what it sees as errors of the Biden administration, the Texas legislature is walking the line to enact what it can. That includes several border measures signed into law on Thursday, including one that codifies Mexican drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and another that gives Border Patrol authority to arrest people crossing the border. And possibly up next, a bill creating a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years for human smuggling.
This is a picture of a 5-year-old girl shoved into the trunk. But let's also give that 5-year-old girl and that 3-year-old boy sitting in the trunk justice.
But the bill isn't without critics, and it's at a stalemate as legislators figure out how far it should go.
The maximum sentence you can have for a third-degree felony in Texas is 10 years. And we're talking about both the mandatory and the mandatory minimum and the maximum sentence for that offense being 10 years. That's an unusual scheme to have in our penal code.
And in this special session, Senate Republicans are trying to pass legislation that goes beyond what Governor Abbott called for, like one bill that would create the state's own Border Patrol unit, which had significant support in both chambers during the regular session, but died when lawmakers couldn't agree on a final version. Governor Abbott coy on whether or not he would pass such measures until the mandatory minimum bill is passed.
We are going to get those passed before we take up any other legislation.
Returning Texas to another possible question of constitutionality over who maintains the border.